Good morning, everybody, and welcome to our Good Morning podcast. I'm here with my friend Drake.
Good morning.
So we want to start off with this first podcast and just kind of telling you more about who we are. So I'll start, and let's not even talk about who we are because who we are is kind of boring.
Yeah.
Um,
Trust me, yeah. I mean, this kid over here is just kind of dull.
yeah. But let's talk about why we want to do YouTube. And I think I can speak for both of us when it comes down to the main reason we started doing YouTube is just because it's fun.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you agree? And that was the whole goal. We have fun playing games.
Yeah.
We have fun talking while we play the games.
Mm-hmm.
And we have fun with the idea of having other people watch us play those games. And so really it all started off with just, it's going to be fun, going to be guys hanging out, talking, and if somebody watches us,
great.
Awesome.
And
if they don't
want to,
it's
okay,
not
man.
the biggest deal in the world to us. So although we do care and we want subscribers, we want new people, we want more views because we want, and I think it comes down to this basic part. We want to not only have fun and make jokes, but at the same time, if we can improve someone's life by making them laugh,
that would also be pretty.
Then
that would also be pretty awesome.
That's mainly the goal, and so that's why we want new subscribers and we want new viewers, is just so we can help more people and more people. We can make more people laugh, even if we're not funny. They can at least laugh at how bad we are at video games.
Yeah, we're not very good. Man. We're bad.
But I feel like all of it goes back to that, and I feel like sometimes we lose vision of that, we lose thought of that, and we forget that we're doing this for fun. We start caring too much about what people want to see rather than what we want to play.
Business, and then it is not just a couple guys playing games. It's completely different.
Yeah, exactly. And I would say we've been watching YouTubers for a good chunk of the last 4 or 5 years, probably watching Let's Play
since like late junior high, man. It's been it's been not healthy because of all of the YouTube we watch. It's like, can one human watch all that? Yes, they can.
But I always like the YouTubers the most that, one, have a connection with their fans, talk to their fans, right, and care about their fans, and two, you can tell still thoroughly enjoy what they're doing, right?
Yeah.
It hasn't become a business to them. They still do it just because it's fun to do, and that's why I believe that probably I'd say probably my favorite YouTubers are probably Game Grumps, just because you can tell how honestly true they are to themselves and to their fans, and how much they just do it for fun.
In fact, I'm in one Super Mario 64 episode. It was in the earlier ones. They said that if Game Grumps was to end, it is not the largest issue ever, because they each have their own individual things that they can go back to.
Yeah, that's true.
So it's not like the biggest type of deal, and while it's just kind of it is also just kind of for tons of fun.
Yeah, they do it for the fun, not because they have to.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got you. And that's what I think is cool about YouTube, is that most people that start on YouTube, especially a long time ago, were doing it just for fun.
Yeah.
And then they started paying people for it and stuff. And so people made job out of having fun, which I think is a really awesome and cool thing that can happen. Very rare, and doesn't happen to very many people, but the fact that it can happen is awesome.
Yeah.
So that's a little bit of why we do YouTube, is we just enjoy it. Sometimes, I know, because we haven't had this channel for all that long, and for the most of the time that we've had it, we didn't post for a while.
Yeah, because it was kind of on the rocky part of its life. I don't know how else to put it. It was just, we didn't really...
We had some personal issues, one, and two,
we're in high school, so
we would, well, not even that. It was, we were just stressed out. We were all very busy in our lives, and not only our personal lives, but also our school lives.
Then we also do sports as well, even though we may not sound like it, but
yeah, exactly. And so we got a little too busy for it, and but we're here to stay as long as people will still watch us. And so that's why it really is important, because it's a lot of work to go through and edit videos and record the audio and set up the Elgato every time we play a video game. But we do it because we want other people to be able to watch us. And we average right now, we used to average about 20 views an episode, which was pretty good.
10?
Now it's dropped down to about 8 or 7 views an episode.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that makes more sense because there's a couple of recent ones, but it's okay as long as they watch it. It's perfectly okay.
As long as someone's watching.
Yeah, because the day that our average views is absolutely none, that's kind of the day where we might consider...
Well, we'd probably consider not doing it just because it wouldn't be worth going through all that trouble if no one's going to watch it.
Yeah, but as long as there is one person watching it, that is not our view to make sure that it is perfectly fine, then it's great.
Yeah. But that's really why it is important for, if you do watch us, which that our subscribers, because this is the problem. We told our friends about this YouTube channel, right? And so a lot of them subscribed, but they kind of ghost subscribers. They never watch our videos or anything, but they show up as subscribed. And
then they watch.
And I didn't know. Well, I didn't know. Yeah, I didn't know how many of our friends are really subscribed, because, of course, you don't want only your friends subscribed. You want people that actually legitimately found you and want to watch you.
Yeah, because of your content.
Exactly.
Not because of your past ties.
Exactly.
That'd be kind of...
But the thing is the other day you can see who subscribed to your channel, right? And I was looking on there, and there's like 4 or 5, maybe 6 people that I have no idea who they are. And so that's good.
Yeah.
And we average 4 to 5 to 6 views, right?
So it's most likely them.
It's very possible that it is them. So if you are a subscriber to us, right, and you're watching this right now, and you don't know us personally, on a personal level, or even if you do know us on a personal level,
thank you so much.
Thank you, for one. But second, we really we need your help to help other people find us, right?
Yeah, like spread the word.
And so it's as easy as just clicking the like button. You know what I mean? I don't want to fish for likes and stuff.
Yeah, because I feel kind of like a D-bag doing that, and it's just like, I don't want to push my agenda on you, but...
Well, here's the thing. It's one of those things, like us just so other people can find us, if you truly like us. Now, I don't want you to like us if you don't enjoy the video you're watching, don't like it.
Yeah.
But if you do enjoy it, we ask you to please, all you have to do is click that one button. And the more likes we get on episodes, the more, how it works is YouTube has a system, right? They have this mathematical system that puts all these little an algorithm. And they put it all together, and that shows you how many times you're going to come up on people's, like, you should watch this kind of thing. Like recommended.
And then there's subscription, which we will always be on there if you are subscribed.
Well, so the more likes you get on a video, the more likely you are to get into somebody's recommended area, which is good for us because we want more people that we can't reach personally to find our videos and watch our videos. But it's hard when YouTube doesn't like put you out there and put you in recommendeds and stuff.
Which I completely understand.
Exactly, because there's so many YouTubers.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many.
There's so many that have tons more everything.
Yeah, which good for them, bro.
Yeah, exactly. Good for them because they're living the dream that we would love to once have. I would love to be able to and this is small for some YouTubers, but even if we had only 100 subscribers and we averaged about 50 views, I would be good with that. I would be absolutely fine with that, right?
Yes.
Exactly. And so we really do need, we mean it when we need you to share the episodes or tell someone about it. Maybe somebody else that likes YouTube. Just be like, hey, there's this channel that I enjoy. You should check it out. Because the more subscribers and the more views we can get, the more things we can do, right?
Yeah.
The better we can do it. And not only that, but the more we'll want to do it. You know what I mean? Because sometimes when you're up 12 o'clock at night editing a video, you're thinking to yourself, is this really worth it when only 6 people are going to watch it? Especially when 5 of those people are probably people that are already in the episode. You know what I mean?
Yeah, it's
and so it's like we're averaging, really, it says 6, 7 views, but all of us here, the U3 family, enjoy watching our videos, especially just to see what we could do better and stuff. Mm-hmm. And so we'll have 4 or 5 people watch it. So if we're averaging 7 views, we're actually only averaging 2 views of people that aren't in the episode, right?
Yeah.
And that's not always true, but for the most part it is. And so that's why those 2 people, if they share it with just one friend, then you got 4 people, they share it with a friend, you got however 8 people. I don't math. I don't know. But and the more and more this channel grows, the better it would be not only for us, but as the viewer, you'll be able to get better content. And I already told myself, if we reach 100 subscribers, we can start posting a video every day. You know what I mean? Even if it's only 1 for now every day, but the more subscribers we get, the more videos we're going to put out. And the more we're going to do with it, you know what I mean? So that's really, but when it comes back to it, we're going to probably end up, it's not probably, we'll continue to do YouTube as long as someone will watch us. Mm-hmm. And that's what it comes down to, because we really do enjoy it, right? And so that's basically where I want to end with that subject, about why we do YouTube.
Yeah, because if we continue on pabbling, it might make us sound kind of needy, and we are not. We just want to get the point across, kind of.
So let's change the subject to something that is a little bit more fun to talk about. And so what I've done is I've looked up random facts that are cool, right? And so this is a Business Insider, is the website that I'm on. And it's 20 fascinating facts that will make you think twice. Okay? So I'm going to read some of these, Drake, and I just want to hear what you think about it. Cleopatra lived closer in time to the moon landing than to the construction of the Great Pyramid.
That's weird.
Isn't that crazy? So you always think of Cleopatra living way back, like with the pyramids and blah, blah, blah. But she lived closer to the moon landing, which wasn't too long ago, than she did to the construction of the Great Pyramid.
Then was she in what time period was she alive in? Like, after Christ? After Christ's death, or?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe it was after. Let me look it up. I'll look it up real fast.
Times, but maybe I was kind of...
Cleopatra... Oh, no. So, she lived from 69 BC to 30 BC.
Okay, that's about 80, 90 years. No,
much less.
Wait, 60, but then so what year in the PC was she born?
69 BC.
So she was 69, and then at the year 81 she was 70. Because when you do the BC, you go backwards.
Yeah, you go backwards.
Yeah,
so 69 to 30 was only 39 years old when she died. Because she was born in 69. She wasn't 69. She was born in 69.
Yeah, but like each year you go backwards. So like if it is the
year...
so
69, 68, 67. And when you do all of that, you get whatever I just told you. Yeah, 39. She was 39 years old when she died. Which is very young, but back then that was normal. Like, it wasn't normal to live past, like, 45 years old. That's why they used to get married and all that stuff.
At like the age of
11.
Okay, well,
I had a great grandmother or something that was married to a man at 13.
That's disgusting.
Exactly, but that's the way things were because most people at that time died at 60 years old, even maybe younger than that. So everything kind of got pushed up. You started a family sooner, right? You started your job and career sooner just because your life was shortened, so you had to do everything closer. And now that people are living more and longer, everything's getting spread out now. Yeah. So now people aren't having children until late 20s and stuff, when it used to be early 20s, late teens. And so everything's changing.
I would kind of say the perfect time is like your early to mid 20s.
I always thought mid 20s, like 24, 25 is like the perfect age. Yeah. But at the same time, you want to make sure you have a stable job, are done with college, and you're just ready for a family, right? Because you don't want to do it too fast. Yeah. And you never want to have other people around you. Like, you're always going to have those grandparents that are like, are you having your children yet? Blah, 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 blah. You know what I mean?
It's like, yeah, but
or you even had
12 siblings, and then you were all kind of on the poor end. And
it's like,
I don't want that.
Don't let them
influence your decision to have children.
Exactly. So let's go to the next fact that we got here. A mantis shrimp can swing its claw so fast.
It's fast as a bullet?
No, it boils the water around it and creates a flash of light. So when it moves, when it moves its claw, it boils the water because of how fast it moves it.
Put that in a pot of macaroni, and then you would have some fine macaroni.
But isn't that cool? That's cool to think that an animal can move that fast and do something that quick.
Yeah, because I don't even get out of my head that quickly.
The Spanish national anthem has no words to it. Huh.
I could sing that.
Do you know that honey, apparently, like honey that you get from bees and stuff, does not spoil? So you could possibly eat 3,000-year-old honey and be fine with it.
I'm not sure if I would do that, though.
I don't know if I would do that yet. But imagine being like out in the wild and finding honey, or
it's like 3,000 years old. I think you should probably keep that and then sell it because it would probably be worth a lot.
Well, it's kind of like when you find like if you found an amber and you have like those insects and stuff in it that could be a lot, like many years old. Those are always cool. The next fact is that dead people can get goosebumps.
I don't understand how that works.
I don't know.
Something to do with your blood flow. When you're dead, your blood flow is kind of done with.
No. It's because it was an instinct way back when we used to have a lot more hair. Mm-hmm. When we were cave people, we had these. It was like defensive, I believe, or whenever we were scared, our hair would poof up so we looked larger. Is I believe that what goosebumps were. And then after we stopped having hair, the bumps that would make the hair stand up are still there. But we don't have the hair now to make it stand up really large. Mm. I believe that I've heard that, and I think that's true. And it makes sense to me if that is true.
Yeah.
Apparently, this one kind of makes you think. So, you know when you see a TV station, right?
Yeah.
Like, not a TV station, but you're on, like, now this goes back, like, way back when, before Dish Network and all that stuff. This is cable, like, TV, when we were younger, you know what I mean? When you were flipping through channels and you found a TV station that's not on anymore and it doesn't work anymore and it's all staticky, that static apparently is leftover radiation from the Big Bang. from when the world was made. And you're seeing the residual effects of the universe's creation.
I am God.
Isn't that kind of cool to think of, though? That
Yeah.
you can see that, and you see that multiple times, but you never know what it is.
Because I find it kind of annoying. I am just... Let's just get this out of my face.
The state sport of Maryland is apparently jousting.
How do we not do that and kill people? Do we
Well,
use like a wooden pole that
I
has
don't
like a
think
bunch
so.
of foam around it?
No, it's probably like a plexiglass kind of thing.
For the armor? Or what?
No, for the pole that you use. That way it doesn't shatter and break.
Yeah,
It
but
bends.
I mean like for the people that you were trying to hit, because you're supposed to knock the other person off. Speaking of jousting, we should play genital jousting on the channel.
Oh, I don't think we can do that, man. I think that's a little too far for us.
Why?
Because
why, man?
just because you're literally sticking male parts inside of other male parts. And I just don't think that is a good thing to do.
Yeah.
So, I'm looking at modern day jousting, right?
And it's a bunch of men with macaroni type of noodles smacking each other in the face.
So, this is Nat Geo, right?
Yeah.
And pretty much this is the difference between medieval and modern jousting. The basic concept of modern jousting is pretty much the same as when the sport started a millennium ago, as training for battle. Two people on horseback with wielding wooden lances with the same goal of slamming one's lance into the opponent's shield or chest plate. The high-speed collision of the wood, man, and metal that was so appealing in the old days that jousting continues to be played as an extreme sport.
That sounds kind of painful.
Yeah, a little bit. So apparently it is still wood that you're using, right?
Do you think we would invent something that would not kill you?
I've never understood jousting. Because you're just trying to,
knock each other off the horse?
Are you trying to knock each other off? Because I've never seen anybody get knocked off a horse. I've always seen them just, stab each other, and whoever hits each other in the chest first wins or something like that. But of course I don't know what I'm talking about even a little bit, so don't take my word on that. But I've never actually seen them where they knock each other off the horse. Except in cartoons.
I was 10 or 11, and then I went to medieval times, and I think you have to knock each other off the horse, but I'm not completely sure because I was very, very young. And then the only thing that I remember there is that I got to touch a real sword, and it was the coolest thing ever. And then I had to eat soup without any silverware.
Well, that's how. Have you ever been to the Dixie Stampede?
Oh, no.
The Dixie Stampede, pretty much the same thing, right? They have people do little fun games down there. They serve you dinner while you're watching it, blah, blah, blah. Mm-hmm. Everybody's dressed up, there's horses, blah, blah, blah. Except it's all about well, it used to be. They changed it now. But when I went, I've gone twice, and when I went, it was the Civil War. And one side of the arena is the North, and one side of the arena is the South. Mm-hmm. And you guys are fighting pretty much through these mini games and things to see who's going to win this Civil War, right? They've changed that because that apparently offended some people. You know how
but it's
the
a fact of history
though. Today.
Well, Well, wait, I don't understand. That's kind of a fact of history, though.
Well, they didn't like that. They were making it seem like sometimes the South would win and sometimes the North would win, and there was a big thing. And because Dixie Stampede is from the South, they usually rooted for the South and stuff, and so they had Confederate flags going around and stuff.
Oh.
And so it was very much. I understand why people got angry about it. But I personally didn't think it was a problem.
Yeah.
And that's come from somebody that's lived in the North their entire life, right? Yeah. So, but I again, I don't have the background of where the Confederate flag was against me in any way.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I can't talk about that because I don't know that. Or what that feels like. But they've changed it now to where there's like 4 corners and you have like teams red, blue, green, whatever. And then you guys are still basically the exact same thing.
Aqua pink.
It's a little bit more friendly, I guess, to that kind of area. So you don't have... Because what would happen is people from the south, people from the north, you don't sit on the side that you're from, right? They try somewhat to get you on the side that you're from. But sometimes you'd have people that are from the north sitting on the south side. And then when you're in the Civil War, and they do reference some Civil War like battles and stuff, you're supposed to be cheering for the South. And then people would get angry because they didn't believe in the South, blah, 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 blah. It was all fun and games.
Yeah, but
people took it too seriously sometimes.
And
so they changed it. They changed it to different, I believe it's colors now. 4 corners and colors. Now, there's probably some Dixie Stampedes that still do the North and South.
Yeah.
But from what I've heard...
I'm going to look this up.
From what I've heard, they've changed it.
Yeah.
And that's from... I can get this information secondhand from a friend that has gone recently.
Mm-hmm.
And so that's where I'm getting this information from. So I could be wrong. But from what I've heard, that is that. We actually don't know much about jousting, apparently.
Missouri and Tennessee, the Dixie
Stampede. Yeah, that's the one I went to. Is it? Did you say Gatlinburg? Is that what you said?
Tennessee Pigeon
Forge, Tennessee. That's the one I went to. I've been to that one. I've been to the one in Missouri, I believe.
Probably why I haven't been to those.
Yeah, the food there is amazing, though.
Yeah.
The soup that you have to drink, they have like cornbread and soup and some kind of meat. I don't remember what, but all the food was delicious.
Yeah,
both times I went, it was good.
Yeah, because at medieval times, I was like 10. Mm-hmm. They had a turkey leg that was like half the size of my body.
Yeah,
it was just like.
Well, it's kind of like, remember when we went to Disney?
Yeah.
And we ate those turkey legs?
Those are so big.
They were like the size of your head. Yeah, and we could not finish that. I think I almost just...
I
got a good amount down, but they were cheap.
Yeah.
That's why I liked them. They were like the same amount...
50?
They were like this. Well, no, it was more expensive. But it was like $7. But at the same time, when you think in Disney,
it was for the
a water bottle is like $5.
Yeah.
So it's like $2 more for an entire turkey leg that will fill you up and you barely can finish. Pretty good deal, especially when you go to most of the restaurants there, and like a sandwich that won't fill you up is like $13.50.
Yeah.
Because everything's so expensive there. I got an ice cream bar. Like, literally, like a little ice cream sandwich-like thing there one time, and it was like $8. And it's like, but it's so hot that you're willing to spend it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
Because Disney World is in Florida, so it's like really humid and hot.
That's true. Well, I've never been to Anaheim, California, but I'm guessing the heat is pretty bad there.
Well, but I feel like California is just more like moderate all year around because
But they have droughts all
has
the
the
time,
same.
right?
Yeah,
so it's probably very dry there.
It's a dry type of heat, which I heard is not horrible.
Yeah. Well, the thing about Florida though is that it rains all the time, and so it always rains to cool it down.
Yeah, but then when the sun gets up again, it's going to be hot and humid.
Yeah, so I don't really know.
It's kind of
never been to California.
Give or take.
I can't say how hot it really is. I've heard that it's pretty hot, but I'm guessing there's not a huge difference between Florida and California. You know what I mean? They're both south. They're just on the opposite side, so it's a different kind of heat, I think, for both of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna see the temperature.
Yeah. So back to this jousting, right? Apparently we don't know how they used to do medieval jousting because there's no written rules or anything of it. All we know is pretty much what they look like because they had paintings of it.
Really?
Yeah.
Anaheim, California is 82. Apparently
a knight forfeits the... So, this is how you win. if your lance tip breaks, the lance is like the sword. If it breaks, if it shatters, it's broken off as a single piece.
It's wood.
Or if the lance tip makes contact with the opponent but does not break. So
you can't win, pretty much. It's almost impossible to actually win.
But that's the thing. So if your lance tip breaks, you win. You want it to break, is what it sounds like from this. Because it says how to win, lance tip is shattered. That's the highest points that you get. If it shatters, you get the most points. If it breaks off as a single big piece, you get a little less points. And then if it makes contact but does not break, you get even less points than that. And then whoever, I guess, has the most points by the time somebody forfeits is how it goes, because you forfeit by pointing your lance towards the ground while riding past the person.
But what happens if you just barely tap them and then you forfeit?
Well, you have to. Well, I think it's one of those things. You have to be riding your horses at each other at full speed, because you're trying to hit them harder than they hit you. Mm-hmm. Right? That's the point. So if you went slow and they went fast, they would have a better chance of winning. And so now you know. That's a little thing you didn't know before. You learned something today, Drake. I hope you people listening learned something today too. I think we're pretty close to wrapping up this Good Morning podcast. Is there any final things you want to talk about? We touched on a lot of things. We touched about on YouTube. We touched on why we do it. Oh, there's my computer telling us that it's about time for us to stop.
Okay.
But that's all the time that we've got for this podcast. I hope everybody's having a nice morning out there, and we'll talk to you next Sunday.
Yeah.
Bye, everybody. Have a nice day.